I was just drifting off to sleep when one of my roommates knocked on the door and said, Gerald Hannon from the Body Politic is on the phone, wants to talk to you. And I said, well, I'm half asleep. Like, I'll talk to him tomorrow, right? There's no, what can be the rush? And he said, no, he said, it's an emergency. He's got to talk to you right now. And so I was grumpy, dragged myself out of bed, went down to the phone, and Gerald said, they're raiding all the baths. You're closest to the Club Toronto. Get over there and find out what's going on and talk to people. And so I'm not a very happy camper, but, it sounded like this was important. And so pulled on some clothes. It's February. It's like cold, windy February night, and cross Allen Gardens over to where the club baths are at Mutual and Carlton. And I remember like turning the corner to the club baths, and the place was full of cops, right? And the image that came to my mind was like one of those nature programs where the pride of lions has just, made its big kill, and they're all sitting around looking very satisfied with themselves, right? So they didn't pay any attention to me at all, right? Paddy wagons were there, and they were letting some people out on their own reconnaissance. They'd given them pieces of paper to appear in court on such and such a date. And so I started trying to interview people. And I think one of the first people that came out was this middle-aged guy, an ordinary working class Portuguese guy. And so I said, what's going on in there? And he said, I don't understand it at all, right? This is a cheap place I can spend the night. It's like much cheaper than a hotel. And all of a sudden I was in my room, and, these policemen like kicked down the door and they dragged me out, and now I have to appear in court. And then he kind of looked at me and said like, oh, like, who the hell are you? Right? Why am I telling you all this stuff? Right? And I said, I'm from the Body Politic, the gay paper. And he said, you're gay? And I said, yeah. And he said, he changed. He said, like, why are they doing this to us? We've been going to these places for years. They've got no right to do this stuff, right? And then he said, and what is this paper that they've given me mean? I have to go to court. Is my name going to appear in the papers?